Hi there, welcome to the Enchanted Bookshop. My name is Jacka and I am today's shopkeeper. Mhm. You look pretty young. Is this your first year in the academy? Oh, a freshman. How exciting. So I'm guessing you're here to pick up your books for this year? Oh, that's perfect. I'll go ahead and get them ready for you, okay? So here are the books that you will be needing in your first year on the academy. This is the basics of magic, a necessity in order to become a great magician, if that's what you want to be. You know what, since the bookshop is empty, if you want, I can go ahead and give you some tips on how you can survive your first year in the Wizardry Academy. You want to? Oh, that's perfect. So let's start with these books, and there are 5 of them. So first, there's All About Potions and Elixirs, written by Alwyn McFree. He's a well-known name in magic and wizardry, and I would really be surprised if you haven't heard of him. He's a skilled professor, trusted by many. The cover of this book is soft pink, almost burgundy. It's a color worth noting, as it's not just for show. In fact, it's the perfect shade you want when brewing something to charm your love. A powerful love potion, which is a way to romance heart, or perhaps of a dove. That's your first lesson, so start with the read. To get ahead early, it's always good to come prepared. You could even try to brew it yourself, but take your time and handle it with care, because one small mistake can shift the spell. Turn gentle longing into something too strong, too intense, almost an obsession. And if you mix the wrong things in, the feeling ill achieved might end up the opposite. So read it closely and learn it well. Remember that with potion, it's not just magic or spell, but precision and care is what you need to excel. At the back of this book, we can learn the blurb, and it says, unlock the secrets of potion making with this comprehensive guide. From ancient elixir to modern brews, explore the art and science of crafting magical potions. Inside, you'll find practical advice on selecting ingredients, mastering powerful concoctions, and creating elixirs for every need. At the end of the term comes your final test, the most difficult one unlike the rest. With a steady hands, you'll need to brew a potion to shift your form into something new. What's it called? Oh yeah, I remember. It's called the polymorph potion, which is a famous brew. And if I recall, can only be mastered by few. It can change your body with one flick of a wand into a creature of your choice on command. But choose with care and trust your voice. I'd suggest starting your studies ahead the most. Remember, the earliest bird always catches the worm. But though, make sure not to choose a worm to morph with, as there's more to this magic than what's easily read. Each form you take brings traits and moods, and not all of them are easy to suit. Some creatures are fierce, some quiet and shy, some see in the dark or leap through the sky. Their skills might save you when times are tough, but leaving their nature can also be rough. So think it through and learn all you can. And remember that the great wizard is always the wisest one. So that's all for this book. Let's move on to your next one, shall we? Next, we got a book I think you'll love or hate. It just depends on your takes or on what makes your heart race. We have your complete guide to magical plants, cure or curse, by Celeste MC, whose name couldn't be more well-versed. It's just the mind behind that 3 best-selling tomes, all rooted in gardens, herbs, and even homegrown weeds. She's brilliant, no doubt, a true expert in her field, but word has it she's not easiest to deal with, and honestly, I sort of understand. She treats her works with a firm and exacting hand. This book will teach you far and wide on how to care for plants, how to work with what's inside. Some heal wounds, some soothe pains, but others can bring you a deep, eternal sleep. You'll learn which to brew into calming tea and which, if misused, can bring misery. So read with care and treat each root not just as a weed but as a living truth. The blurb of this book reads, discover the wondrous properties of magical plants in this comprehensive guide. From potent herbs that can cure ailments and mend wounds to perilous flora capable of causing harms, this tome delves into the mysteries of the botanical realm. Learn to identify, cultivate, and utilize an array of extraordinary plants and unravel their secrets. The author of this book is an interesting soul. She knows how to heal with a touch or a bow. But if the moment calls for something so grim, she also knows that the poison lies within. In this book, you'll find the tools you need to tend each plant from roots to seed. You'll learn their magic, their time to grow, and just when it's best to reap the sow. From common herbs found in the stream to the most rarest blossoms see only in a dream, to every leaf and stem has a tale to tell, and many of them pair with potions quite well. So study this closely, even if slow, even if gardening feels so dull to know. For the finest magicians, the truly wise, master both natures and what science hides. Now for your next book, we have The Art of Enchantments and Warding by Saint Helena. She's actually one of our own. Once a student in the academy we both belong, and I know for sure you'll definitely meet her soon. She's a gifted teacher, talented and refined. Her book will teach you how to charm and bind, and how to turn ordinary objects into magical kind. It can be a thread, a stone, or a piece of string. All can be shaped into a powerful thing. Use it for shielding, or perhaps to disarm, for not every enchantment is meant to harm. And unlike the darker arts or ancient domes, this craft is something you can learn on your own. So I do suggest you read ahead. The guidance help, it's not hard to navigate. The magic of words and enchantments is clear as can be. It's simple to follow and easy to try, and a useful magic to have if danger does arise. The blurb of this book says, master the subtle craft of spellwork and magical protection. Delve into the secret of imbuing objects with a magic and shielding against the unseen. From ancient charms to a powerful protective words, this book provides detailed instruction on crafting enchantments and defensive spells. Through step-by-step guidance, learn to master the art of safeguarding, empowering, and transforming with mystical energies. So this is the third book. What can you say so far? Really interesting, isn't it? Yeah, that I agree. Now, for the next book, which is my favorite of them all, perhaps my greatest pick of all in this whole. It may not have the cover so grand and bright, but the title alone holds an ominous might. The Hidden Power of Dark Arts by Alastor Bowman. A name whispered in fear, a shadow that's drawn in. Rumors swirl that he's bound to a devil's pack, a contract he'll never admit, but I think that's a fact. Though feared by many, his power is clear, and in this book, dark magic draws ever near. You'll learn the art of binding souls, of making deals with entities or forces that control, but thread with caution as darkness does, for every spell comes with a cost, a price so steep you may hesitate, once you truly see what you must pay to create. The blurb of this book reads with a warning, and it says, uncover the mysteries of the dark arts and harness their hidden power. This book delves into the secrets of forbidden magic, prevalent ancient spells, arcane rituals, and the true potential of the shadow forces that lie beyond ordinary sorcery. Handle with caution, for every knowledge gained from the shadows always comes with a hefty cost. I wouldn't suggest diving deep on your own. This isn't the kind of magic you want to learn all alone. Without the knowledge, without the guide, you won't know what kind of danger you might bring into the light. Some spirits may whisper, some may deceive, but not all of them will allow you to leave. A few may seem gentle, even kind, but most are sharp with twisted minds. It's best to study this under care with someone strong to aid you if a spirit does try to dare. Not a book for casual fun, but it's a great tool if mastery is what you seek to become. So read it, yes, but take your time, and remember, this is Dance with a Shadow, not with a rhyme. And now, of course, for your final book, though calling it that may be a bit mistook, for this one is more of a handwritten journal than a formal literature. The Mystery of the Forgotten Realms. This belongs to Thaddeus Wyvern, a magician of great might, a brilliant mind with a curious plight, eccentric, yes, but deeply wise. He wandered far under the shifting sky. This journal was found in a tomb so dark and deep, but Thaddeus himself had not a trace to keep. Some say he died devoured in the chase by the very creature he tried to face. Yet others believe a different fate, that the phoenix found him and sealed his fate, that he rose again, fettered and flame-burnt, and immortal now, hence we shouldn't mourn. The blurb of this book is his final words, his letter to those who will be lucky enough to find his works. And in it, he says, "What you are holding right now is the culmination of more than 30 years of my life's work. Over 3 decades have been spent chasing shadows through the darkest forests, dangerous ruins, and caves only few dared to venture. This isn't some polished royal compendium. It's my personal field journal, compiled from close calls, first-hand encounters, and occasional bargains struck under duress. Within these pages, you'll find in-depth observation on creatures that most still dismiss as mere myths. Their behaviors, temperaments, abilities, and vulnerabilities are documented here. You will also find guidance on how to defend yourself or even turn them into your side should you ever be fortunate or unfortunate enough to meet one. But be warned, as well a few of these beings may be reasoned with, most cannot. My only hope is that you use this knowledge with wisdom and care, not to inflict harm, but to foster understanding and respect for each of these creatures, many of which remain completely unknown to humankind." Within these pages lies his greatest finds, creatures of the wild, both strange and divine, their talent, their strengths, the way they behave, and the quiet signs they give before they cave. You'll study their magic, their habits, and their flaws, because some you'll meet not in tales but in truth, and what you've learned may one day be proof that knowledge and that strength can give you thrive when a forgotten beast suddenly comes alive. And the most thrilling part, before the term ends, you'll be asked to tame one, to make it your friend, your familiar, your shadow, your magical guide, bound to your soul, walking by your side. But just with care, never let its wonder mislead you, for each has nature, its hunger and needs. Pick the wrong one and the bond may strain, a choice that echoes with lifelong pain. So read with intent and deeply understand each lines. The right creature, once found, will give you a sign. So that's it. This is all the 5 books that you'll need for this year, and I hope my tips somehow gives you a clue or an idea, not just how to survive for your first year in the academy, but to also thrive. I'll go ahead and pack them for you, okay? Okay, perfect.